Hey girl, do you need to change a wall outlet around your house but not sure where to get started? Well, I'm here to help you out. I purchased my home 2 years ago, and little by little I've been learning on my own how to do certain things around the house so I don't have to go out of pocket or constantly call someone for small projects. So I want to extend that knowledge to you because I know I'm not the only one who's moved into a new house, new apartment, condo, be it whatever, and not sure how to do certain simple things. Now, we're going to be working with electrical today. So if you're not comfortable doing this, then don't do it. Go ahead, call a professional to help you out. But if you're ready to get started, I'm going to walk you through the tools that you need, how to properly remove and install a new outlet. So let's get started. I want to walk you through all the tools you're going to need in order to complete this project successfully. The first thing is you're going to need a 15 amp wall circuit outlet. Now, when you go shopping for one of these yourselves, you're going to find that there's 15 amp and 20 amp. If the wall outlet that you're looking to switch out looks like this, then just buy this one. There's no reason to switch to the 20 amp one. The difference between the two is you'll find it in this picture right here. The 20 amp has a T slot next to it in one of the sides. On top of that, you are going to need a flathead screwdriver, a star one, or a power drill to help speed up the process if you don't want to do it manually. Now, when it comes to these outlets, you never know what's going to be behind it. Sometimes the wires are screwed down and sometimes the wires are in the back. Now, if they're in the back, it can be a pain to remove them. So I just use a wire cutter. I stick them out. I shave the endings and then I just screw them down on the side. On top of that, if you're going to be switching your faceplate, which I am, get yourself a faceplate. Before we do anything, we have to go ahead and turn off the power. So I'm going to walk you to my breaker and show you exactly what you need to do. So in my case, my breaker box is in my garage. So go wherever your breaker box is, and it's going to look something like this. Now, as you open it, you're going to see all the outlets that are connected to your house. Now, look for the one that is labeled for the outlet that you're working on and turn that off. I already know which one mine is, so I'm going to do that right now. Switch it to the other side and you're set. Now that we turned off the power, I do have to offer some advice. Just because you've done that, it doesn't mean that you should go ahead and immediately jump into removing the outlet. First, you need to test it because sometimes these breakers are mislabeled. So you might not be turning off the correct outlet for the one that you thought it was. So always grab a charger, and I'm going to charge my iPad here. And if it doesn't charge, then we know we turned off the right breaker. So we are good. Let me try the other one just in case. We are good. So now we can get started with removing the actual outlet. So for the first thing, we're going to remove that faceplate and we're going to use our flathead screwdriver. So let's go ahead and do that. Next, you'll see two screws in the top and the bottom. These are pretty painted in. So I'm going to try my best to remove them. Now that the screws are loose, we can go ahead and begin pulling out the outlet. It's going to be a little tough as these wires are pretty strong here. So as you'll see here, this bottom one is your ground wire, then you got your white wires, and then you got your black hot wires. As you'll see here, these are actually connected to the back. These can be a pain. The better way would be in the newer receptacles where you have the side screws and you connect it to those. So for this instance, you can either cut the wire, it might be easier, or if you have a small flathead, you can press down here and it's supposed to snap out from the back and then you can just reconnect. I'm gonna make my life easier. I'm just gonna go ahead and just cut them really close and then peel a little bit of the top to reconnect it to the new outlets. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to unscrew the ground wire here. Okay. That's done. I have a cutter here that I'm going to use to cut these wires. So you want to be careful with this part right here. So let me trading with these. Old outlet is out. So now you see you have these wires. We're going to take out the new outlet. So when you take out your new outlet, you're going to find 2 sets of screws on each side. So on the left-hand side, when it's facing you, you're going to notice these silver screws. These are your neutral silver screws. This is where you're going to connect your white wires. On the right-hand side, you'll find your brass screws. This is where you'll connect your black hot wire. At the bottom, you'll find a green screw, and this will be for your grounding wire. You're going to want to wrap up these wires underneath the screw here and then tighten them down. So before we do that, we're going to have to shave some of this plastic off so we can give it enough space to do that properly. You might ask yourself, why not do it in the same way as, putting them in the back as like the other ones? This one doesn't have that option. And honestly, even if it did, this way in wrapping the wire underneath the screw is actually a safer, more reliable electrical connection than that of inserting it in the back. So let me go ahead and do this right now. All right, now all of our wires are ready to go. They're set, they're bare, they're ready to be screwed on. So I will start with the white wires. They can be a little hard to bend at times, so first you're gonna wanna unscrew and make sure you take out the screw as much as possible so you have enough space to wrap this around them. Now, once you finish wiring the outlet, you can go ahead and shove it back into its box and begin screwing it into place. So let's go ahead and do that. Next, I'm going to add the new faceplate. All right, all there is left to do is try it on and see if it works. Okay, so we've reached the last step in this process, which is to try out the outlet to make sure it actually works. So I just came back from my garage. I switched on the breaker that I switched off earlier in this video. So I have my charger right here. I'm going to connect it, plug that in, got my iPad, let's see if it works. All right, it's charging. Now let's try on the top one. All right, this was a success, and I hope it was a success for you too. I hope that the steps were easy to follow. I did my best to lay them out in a way that was easy for you to understand while doing this at home. I understand that the toughest part might be maneuvering the wires as you're trying to screw them down. But once you find your way, the rest is a breeze. And after this, you'll be able to switch all the other outlets around your house. So I know in the beginning, this looked intimidating. But now that you've done it, you realize, okay, this wasn't too bad. What else can I do? See, we got this. We can do this. So now that we reached the ending of our video, I ask 2 things of you. Please hit that like button to let me know that you appreciated the information, and hit that subscribe button as well so you can be notified of all future content that I'm going to be releasing your way. Catch you next time.